Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we dig into company filings to uncover the real story, and today we are looking at O.N.E.O.K Incorporated's latest report. You might be wondering what the fuss is about, but trust me, this filing has some interesting bits. Stick around. First off, if you love getting clear, no-nonsense breakdowns of corporate news, hit that subscribe button, and if you want to geek out even more about finance with a great community, join our Discord server. The link is in the description. So, O.N.E.O.K Incorporated is putting out their current report. The key date here is the 28th of October 2025. This is what they call a Form 8K, which basically means something important has happened that the public needs to know about. Think of it like a company giving a heads up on significant events. The main event in this particular filing is about their financial results. On the 28th of October 2025, they announced how they did for the quarter that ended on the 30th of September 2025. More than just announcing past performance, they also talked about what they expect for the rest of the year in terms of their net income, which is how much profit they're truly making, and their adjusted EBITDA, which is a measure of their operating performance before certain expenses like interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. They confirmed their earlier predictions or guidance ranges for the full year 2025. This is crucial because it tells investors if the company is on track to meet its goals, or if things are looking better or worse than planned. Think of it as the company saying, here is how we're doing and here is what we think will happen by year end. The details of these results and that affirmed guidance are all in a news release. This news release is what is called an exhibit, and in this case it is exhibit 99.1. So when they say it is incorporated by reference, it means that the information in that news release is officially part of this report. It is like saying, go read this other document, it is part of our official statement. They also put a copy of this news release on their website, which is pretty standard practice for companies to share information with investors. Now, usually on this channel, we love to dive deep into the numbers themselves. Companies like O.N.E.O.K Incorporated are in the energy infrastructure business, specifically natural gas. So we're looking at pipelines, storage, and processing. These are stable, utility-like businesses. What we want to know is how much money they are making and how efficiently they are operating. Their common stock, the kind you can buy on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol O.K, is what most people are interested in. They are affirming their financial outlook, which suggests they are confident in their operations for the remainder of 2025. This kind of affirmation is important for investor confidence. It tells the market that management believes they can hit their targets, which can influence stock price and investment decisions. While this particular filing doesn't contain extensive financial tables directly within the 8K itself, it points us to the news release of the 28th of October 2025 as the source of the detailed financial information. Typically, these kinds of announcements will highlight key figures like revenue, earnings per S-hair, and that adjusted EBITDA we mentioned. For a company like O.N.E.O.K Incorporated, their full year guidance being affirmed means their expected earnings per share and adjusted EBITDA are still within the previously announced ranges. This provides a sense of stability and predictability, which is often attractive to investors in sectors like energy infrastructure. If they had revised their guidance downwards, it would signal potential headwinds, such as lower commodity prices, regulatory changes, or operational issues. Conversely, an upward revision would indicate strong performance and potentially better than expected market conditions. So, what is the takeaway here? O.N.E.O.K Incorporated is releasing information confirming their financial outlook for 2025. They're not signaling any major surprises, good or bad. At this moment, this is a sign of a company that has a solid understanding of its business and market environment, or at least wants to project that. It is less about new revelations and more about reassurance. For investors watching O.K, this filing confirms the existing expectations and suggests a steady path forward, looking at O.N.E.O.K Incorporated more broadly. Their business of transporting and processing natural gas is essential to the US economy. They operate extensive networks of pipelines and facilities. The company's strategy often revolves around expanding these networks, making acquisitions, and ensuring the reliable delivery of energy. Their affirmed guidance suggests these core strategies are performing as expected. Risks for a company like this often include fluctuations in energy prices, regulatory hurdles, environmental concerns, and the ongoing transition towards cleaner energy sources. However, natural gas is still a critical fuel for power generation and industrial use, making companies like O.N.E.O.K Incorporated vital. Now let's talk about the bigger picture. O.N.E.O.K Incorporated seems to be navigating the energy landscape with a relatively steady hand, at least based on this report. Affirming guidance is usually a good sign. It means they feel in control of their business and have a clear vision for the rest of the year. This doesn't mean there aren't risks, as we touched on with energy prices and regulations. But for now, they're telling the market everything is on track. Their financial health, as indicated by their affirmed net income and adjusted EBITDA guidance, appears robust enough to meet their targets. This consistency is often what investors look for in this sector. In conclusion, O.N.E.O.K Incorporated. Its latest filing with the CC is a confirmation of their existing financial projections for 2025. It is a sign of stability rather than a story of dramatic change. What we're seeing here is a company that is managing its operations effectively and communicating its performance clearly to the market. Alright, that is our breakdown of O.N.E.O.K Incorporated. Its latest filing, what is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps. And subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.